Hello, this is Dr. Kathleen Hall, and this is the way I see it. Let's vote for the President, the Priestess, Taylor Swift this next year. My daughter's been a Swiftie for many years, but I never focused on it or thought about it much until this Eras concert tour. And as I and my friends and all of us around the world witnessed this global groundswelling, the hysteria for tickets, I was in a state of shock. It made me so curious about this Swiftie, Taylor Swift phenomenon. My daughter's in her 40s. She's not a young teen. She's in her late 40s. She's an established physician with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old daughter. But you know what? When the concert came to town, all of her women doctor friends flew into town, they got tickets, and they went to the Taylor Swift concert here in Atlanta. And if that wasn't enough, a little while later, when Taylor Swift was at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, they flew up to see her again in concert, the same concert. So I asked her, why are you doing this? And she said, Mom, you just can't believe it. You just feel different. It's exciting. Everybody being there, you're changed. You feel so alive. And we just wanted to see it again. And it is a little different every time. I went, yeah, right. So now, believe it or not, they're flying to Amsterdam. They're planning on flying to Amsterdam to see her in concert again. So again, this was even got me more. What in the world is going on? Her global and intergenerational magnetism has never been seen before. So my friends and I decided to go to the Taylor Swift movie that was around, all the theaters to see what was going on. So we watched the Eras concert ourselves to see what was going on. So to make a long story short, after we watched that movie, I got it somewhat. The songs are uplifting, the scenery, the colors, her passion, the audience. You just feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself. And it really makes you energized and happy. But after I saw that, I heard about the documentary about Taylor Swift. It's called Miss Americana. And if you haven't seen it, see it. And it was fabulous. It was absolutely amazing. It gives you the backstory of her. And so, okay, I can formally say now I'm a Swiftie. I've spent some time pondering what the Taylor Swift divinity is all about. And these people, I don't know if I would use the word adore, but they almost worship her as their spiritual and psychological leader. Now, I'm not that far at all. I'm just noticing this phenomenon. I'm going to go through some of the few ideas I have on why Taylor Swift is this guru, goddess, priestess, powerful figure in our midst. First, let's talk about the power of archetypes. The hero's journey, the whole philosophy of the hero's journey, was begun by Joseph Campbell and the world-famous psychiatrist Carl Jung. They talk about archetypes. And an archetype is a symbol. It's a pattern. It's an idea or a character type that appears in stories from cultures all around the world. Archetypes symbolize something universal in our human experience. It's like an archetype is like a hero, or the ruler, or the warrior, the rebel, the lover, and many more. Disney, almost every single movie that they make is an archetype of a warrior saving everyone, or a ruler, a benevolent, kind ruler who protects and saves everyone. A hero, the rebel, the lover, the spiritual person in the tribe who always keeps the morals up high. The person who's the hero who saves the poor, maiden or whatever. These are archetypes that they follow. So Miss Swift is an actual archetype of a hero, but also of that hero's journey. Taylor Swift starts out as a young, innocent singer and songwriter in Pennsylvania. Her parents actually sacrificed, past tense, to move her to Nashville. Because, they knew that that's where the music business was, and agents, and the ability for her to develop her songwriting techniques. So they moved there, and so that was another part of her journey. And she started out as a country music singer. Then she shifted styles of music. So it's been a journey. And Miss Swift makes her trials, failures, losses, joys, successes for us to see, for the world to see. We get to experience it through her music, her lyrics, her voice. She can be in the midst of a great loss or a failure, and she always returns to her healing balm, her magical formula, her mystical solution for all ills in her life. It's her music. She writes a song about her experience and sings it into our hearts, and we share her experience. She's on the hero's journey through life. Fall down 40 times, get up 41. Yep, that's Taylor Swift. She embodies our hero, what we all want to be. We have all had losses, failures, successes, everything Taylor's had. But she verbalizes it. She sets it to music and dance so we can be transmuted, transformed into something new as she is. We sing along, dance a little, and we are free. We're in community. We're in a community. We're all healing together. This is so powerful to human beings. Taylor Swift becomes a holy priestess, a guru, a goddess, almost a divine archetype. And it has a spiritual impact. You just don't attend an Eras tour. You're immersed in a communal experience in a stadium of 70,000 people, actively participating in both individual and collective levels in some vast, outside of yourself, vastly experience. But you're also ignited within. That seed's planted within. It's the reason I compare it to going to church or going to Mass. Church attendance has plummeted around the world, in some cases as much as 40%. The church leaders should take note of Taylor Swift and try some of her magic, her alchemy. And also there's a religious impact. How about music? Religion is integrated with music, hymns, chants throughout the beginning. Methodism emerged, and had massive growth from kind of dry Anglicanism in England because of the brothers of John and Charles Wesley. Charles created bold, inspiring hymns that captured a huge following. The movement spread like wildfire because it had inspiring, powerful music, moving people's souls that told stories. And then next there's vestments. Look at Taylor's magnificent costumes. My God, I can still close my eyes and see the purple sparkles and pink and yellow and short and long and skin tight and, oh my God. I mean, her costumes are shockingly gorgeous and unique. And then ritual, the stages, the incredible, unique, mesmerizing design. I can still see her playing the piano in the cabin. I can see her jumping into the long swimming pool and swimming to the end. I can see her with the snake and the swirling outfit she had on. Ritual. She does the personal welcome, too, as she walks out onto the stage to her followers, parishioners, as a priest does in the opening of the church service. Welcome, everybody in Atlanta. Welcome. You entered into this holy space. There was the way you were before you came in here, and I am promising to take you on an inviting journey into our world here together now. I promise to rock your world. You'll be transfixed when you're here, and you'll be transformed by the time you leave. I promise. I'm Taylor Swift. Then you have the farewell benediction. Then magnificently Miss Swift ends with a divine benediction as she sends her flock off into the world to spread love, compassion, kindness, acceptance, generosity. Wow, what a benediction. And she's also a magnificent storyteller. Her 5 eras of her life, the 5 sections of her life that she has in this tour, in each one, is about her life and her music in those 5 stages. These 5 stories are filled with a multitude of songs in each era. Each story, each era of her life is a story that her congregation follows as they're mesmerized. Taylor has a great impact on other people's health too, mentally, physically, mind, body, and soul. She infuses each person in her congregation with magical energy, singing, dancing, community. It is the anti-isolation epidemic cure. It is happiness. It is play. It is joy. All of these factors are great for your immune system, your health, longevity, stress. Innumerable studies show the impact of music, dancing, singing on our health. Hope, the impact of hope. the impact of laughing and playing on our brain. She's a little pill, a pharmaceutical company right there on that stage. But then there's also Miss Swift's massive economic impact that nobody ever saw coming. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour has a potential, are you ready for this, of making $80 billion. An $80 billion impact on the global economy. That's bigger than anybody's beyond anybody's wildest dreams. One economy estimates just as the U.S., the Swiftie economy will have a direct economic impact equal to that, are you ready for this, of 55 Super Bowls. My God, one human being. Really, is she an alien? Honest to God, is she for real? Is she this angel that just incarnated to make us think and be in a different way? I don't know. She even has a seismic effect. Seismometers, however we say this, can pick up ground vibrations of all types, including from cars and stampeding cattle. But the magnitude of the Swift quake has drawn comparisons to the pro football beastquake in 2011. The Taylor Swift concert in downtown Seattle shook the ground so hard it registered signals on a nearby seismometer roughly equivalent to a 2.3 earthquake. That's amazing. And finally, and lovingly, Taylor Swift is a great leader. I read books on leadership all the time, whether it's Winston Churchill or FDR or Harriet Tubman or you name it. I'm obsessed with leadership. I love reading it. She's a great leader. She is her brand. She doesn't speak it. She doesn't just write it. She doesn't just show up on shows. She embodies her own priesthood. She invites us into her traveling, life-giving, sacred community. Everybody's welcome. Everyone. Radically, she says, everyone. She is beautiful in mind, body, soul. She's incredibly philanthropic. Miss Swift's entire being exudes kindness, compassion, love, generosity, and oh, such tenderness. She'd be a president with illustrious credentials, authentic power. She has power with the world, not over, as the patriarchal power that we're used to. Power over. No, not her. She has power with. Taylor Swift exudes energy, magnetic, effervescent energy. She's a huge humanitarian. Check out how much wealth she gives away. Kindness. I can't even begin to say about kindness, the kindness she exudes. Compassion. She embodies compassion. Honesty. God, she's honest. Integrity. She's also beautiful inside and out. Finances. She's a billionaire. She runs her business and her life at 30. I think 32 or 33 years old. The environment. She is all into climate change, carbon emissions, with creative, healing ways to do it. And she can inspire companies and young people and all of us to get on the environmental wagon. Our mental health crisis in the United States and globally, we are in crisis. Anxiety and depression have never, ever been worse. We are techno-sapiens now. We're not homo sapiens. Technology, this fast-driving world, post-COVID, we are in a mess. She is all into helping everyone in this mental health crisis. And what she's doing is helping. And diversity, inclusivity with race, sexuality, everything. Yep, that's her. And also, don't forget vulnerability. Her music, her entire life experiences are there for everyone to see. Her scars, her wounds, her healing, her love. She shares everything with the world. Her vulnerability. Yep. Yes, she's got my vote. Taylor Swift's the real deal. In the skeptical, mean-spirited, divided, angry world we are all living in today, we need this priestess, President Taylor Swift. We need her healing balm to lift us up into who each of us really are. We all need to be all these things. We need to be freed from our shackles. We all need to be what we were created to be, our authentic self. and living a life of meaning, which is what she does. Don't forget, that's also what really is inspiring us. She bees who she bees. We all need to be to make this world this magnificent future and what we're supposed to be. We all aren't supposed to be Taylor Swift. She is just the hero's journey to show us that however wounded, damaged, the shame that we maybe have been living in, whatever's happened to us, fall down 40 times, get up 41, and talk about it, write about it, sing about it, cherish it. Suffering has made you who you are. It's made each of us our gifts to this world. Thank you for joining me today. Join us at the Mindful Living Network. We're on that's mindfullivingnetwork.com or our, O-U-R-L, MLN.com, MLN.com. We're on all social media platforms, and I love our YouTube channel. Hope you like it too. Let me know what you're thinking and what we can do to make the Mindful Living Network better. How can we help heal the world? How can we spread the message? What should we do? Help us discover how to do that. And finally, but not least, is thank you and bless you, and thank you for the privilege of your time.